Hi, it's me, Rachel Lynn, and today are things that I am glad that I bought before starting my debt-free journey. Now, I don't spend absolutely nothing all the time. I do spend money from time to time. The things that I'm talking about today are the things that I would not spend money on now that I am in the midst of my debt-free journey, but I am really glad that I have now and that I have already purchased. These are things that I would make do without and make do with what I have if I didn't have these things. So first on my list is my desk and my tall shelf that I actually use to store my clothes and things on, and then my closet extension and my laundry hamper. So all of these things kind of fall into one category for me because I bought them all at the same time as I was moving into my old bedroom that I grew up in. I am living at my parents' house while I am paying off my student loan debt. I purchased all of these things because I needed a place to keep everything. And actually, if you'd like to see these things, I will see if I can link up in the card up here. I will link the video that shows my room setup before I got my new bed. And so this was my old bed. So while I did purchase a bed in the midst of my debt-free journey, and it was a major purchase, like it was like necessary because of back pain, but everything else, like I would make do without a bookshelf if I had to. My laundry sorter, I wish that I had purchased this years ago because it just keeps all of my laundry sorted. I sort it by color. Before, I just had this one big hamper and I just threw everything in the hamper, and then when it was full, then I would sort everything out and then do laundry, but a lot of times I wouldn't have enough of one color to actually make a whole load. So I love my laundry sorter, and I can pull out the bags and when it's full and do one load of laundry as I need it, rather than, you know, trying to make a load with not enough clothes. And it's just a lot more convenient and actually like saves me on laundry time. It saves me a lot of sorting time too. That is something that I would highly recommend purchasing if you don't already have one, and is well worth the money, but I would not have seen the use for it, even though, like, if I knew what I knew now, I would make that purchase. But I wouldn't know that information, and so then I probably wouldn't purchase one, which is what took me so long to get one in the first place. Anyway, it falls under the category of things that I would not have bought. The next two things on my list also kind of go together. So one is workout clothes. So back in 2014, I did a really great job losing weight, and I purchased workout clothes as a motivator to me. As I lost a certain amount of weight, I would actually spend money on things that I could use to help me continue to lose weight. It was actually a really great motivator. It's not something that I have been doing this time around because I am trying to save money rather than spend it, but some of the things that I bought were workout clothes, and so those things are still in great shape because I bought good quality workout clothes, but I have everything that I need when it comes to workout clothes, and I don't have to buy anything right now. And then along those same lines, I also spent a lot of money on a credit card, mind you, but I spent a lot of money on clothes that were a smaller size as I started to lose weight, and I was wearing smaller clothes, and I have saved just about everything. If I didn't have those things, I probably would just make do with what I have. I am glad that I purchased my printer, my HP instant ink capable printer, so that I can be a part of the ink program. It saves me money on ink, and then I am able to scan and copy things and also print things in color and not in color, because the last printer I had was only black and white. Another thing that I am really glad that I have is I have a lot of Bath & Body Works body washes. I could probably go at least another 2 years before I purchase any more. So in the midst of my debt-free journey, I would just use regular cheap bar soap probably, or maybe just cheaper body wash from the grocery store or the drugstore rather than Bath & Body Works brand. But I do like their scents. Now, some of it was given to me as gifts, but a lot of it I did purchase before trying to get out of debt, and I'm glad that I have them. It's one less thing that I have to purchase with my spending money. This is the next thing on my list. I'm not even sure if you can really see the whole thing, but this is a big long white coat. It is a Lane Bryant brand. This past winter, this coat was just amazing. Like, I forgot how amazing this coat was. I actually forgot that I had it until I pulled it out for the winter. But that coat, like, I love this coat. I spent at least $100 on it, and I know that it was on sale. And the last coat that I had, it was shorter. It just came to like my hips kind of area. This one goes almost to my knees, and it is so warm. My last coat, like, I was always freezing cold in it. It was a big puffy coat, and I had it for a very long time. I actually still do have it. I didn't use it once this whole winter because my newer coat is so much better. It's almost like no matter how cold it is, I'm still warm. And like, I didn't really even mind being on recess duty or having after school like carpool duty. I mean, like, I don't like doing those things, but I didn't mind being in the cold because of this coat. It is also very flattering on me, and I get a lot of compliments. But if I didn't have this coat while on my debt-free journey, I would have just made do with my old coat. My old dirty, grungy, gross coat. That doesn't really even keep me very warm. The next couple things on my list, these are more experiences. I went on a cruise with my parents and my great aunt, and I am so glad that I did that. I will actually link the playlist of me going on that trip with my parents and my great aunt. It was an amazing trip. It was so awesome. It was the first time I was ever out of the country, and I'm just so glad that I have that experience, and I would not trade that for the world. Even though that whole trip went on a credit card, the same credit card as all of my other clothes that I bought that same summer when I had lost a lot of weight, but having that experience, I do not regret it. And along those same lines, I also went to Europe in 2016. I went to visit a friend that lives there that I went to college with. She had a special ceremony, and so I went to visit her for that ceremony, and I and another friend of mine that we were all friends in college, we went together and we decided to do a whole 2-week trip in Europe. So we spent a week with our friend in England and went to all different places all around England. Then my friend and I went to Paris and spent a few days in Paris, and then came back to London and spent a couple of days in London as well. I got to stay with my friend for a week for free, so that really helped. But I think we spent, or at least I spent, about $4,000, but the experience on that trip was amazing. Paris is probably one of my favorite places on earth. I would love to go back one day when I am out of debt. I'd love to go back to visit my friend in England. While on that trip, my friend and I went to see Wicked in London, and it was amazing. It just happened to be, I think, maybe like the 10th anniversary of Wicked, and so they had like their dream cast that they wanted to be on the stage, and we just happened to be going at that time. It was amazing because it was so good. And our other friend that lives in England, she was not able to go with us, and she's the one that actually got both of us interested in Wicked in the first place. And so when she came to visit here in the US, we decided to take her to go see Wicked that was touring. We actually traveled to Detroit, I think it was. This was actually just mere months before I started my debt-free journey. I had already moved home with my parents. I had paid off my credit cards at this point. I hadn't started on my student loans yet, so I was kind of there working on becoming debt-free, but wasn't quite there yet because I thought I was debt-free because I had forgotten about my student loans. So I went on this trip with my friends, and while at Wicked, I decided to splurge, majorly splurge, and I bought a $70 jacket. This is the jacket that I got, and so it says Wicked, and it has the witch there. The inside of the hood has like the gears and stuff. If you've seen Wicked, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen Wicked, don't worry about it. Even the pull-up on the zipper is a gear. Inside the right-hand pocket, there's a hole for headphones, which is really nice. And then the sleeves have the gears here, and the sleeves also have thumb holes, like on both of them. It probably is my favorite jacket that I own. Like, I still gasp at the fact that I spent $70 on this jacket, and I would never spend that money right now while I'm trying to get out of debt, but I am so glad that I have it. The last thing on my list that I would not spend money on right now, but I am so glad that I have, is my dog Lucy. I love this dog more than anything. I love her more than my Wicked jacket. I love her so much, and I don't know where I would be right now without Lucy. But I want another dog, and I'm not going to get another dog until, well, I can't get one. My parents won't let me until I move out on my own. But even so, like, I wouldn't try to get a dog. I wouldn't try to get another animal until I am out of debt. So I am extremely grateful that I have this dog. She is definitely the number one thing on the list. So those are all of the things that I am glad that I bought before trying to get out of debt, because I would not purchase them now while I'm trying to become debt free. I would love to know, what are some things that you purchased before you tried to get out of debt that you don't regret and that you are so glad that you have? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you are not already. I make videos about getting out of my student loan debt and losing some weight along the way. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Say bye, Lucy.